Any organization that helps kids, I am all about. And this particular one helps kids with facial differences find acceptance, if needed, find places where surgery might be appropriate, and just loves on them. And that's what I love about them. So let's bring in the president of FACES. It is Kim Teams Fox. Kim, thank you. And we're going to talk about the elaborate, eccentric environment that you're in right now with all of that stuff around you. We'll talk about that in a minute. But first of all, let's just introduce folks to FACES. What is FACES, and how are you helping kids with facial differences?
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me on. FACES, the National Cranio-Facial Association, was started about 50 years ago in Chattanooga when a little girl named Debbie Fox was born with a facial cleft. And down the road, after Debbie had her many surgeries, it turned into FACES, the National Cranio-Facial Association. We now help children and adults across the United States with craniofacial differences, whether it's a birth defect, accident, or disease. We help them get to the specialized surgery centers that they desperately need their surgeries. And we provide information, support around the world. We have a camp for kids with facial differences. This is pretty new. Many times children with facial differences don't get to go on your regular camp time. They have parents that are very worried about them and taking really good care of them as they go through their surgeries. And the kids need a little independence from mom and dad, and so they come to camp, and they can bring a friend with them as well. Unfortunately, this year we had to cancel it and go online with our FACES camp once a month campfire, which has been amazing because we have kids from all over the place joining and meeting each other, and they can't wait for real camp next year. So we help with that. We do a lot of advocating for like face equality, like race equality. People who have a facial difference sometimes get discriminated against either at the job. They might get on the bus and people just talk to them worse than a dog. So we are working around the world to make face equality a reality.
I love that, and I like that you put it in those terms, Kim, because that's I never even thought about that. But when you, like, I remember being a kid, and just when you're a kid in general, you're worried about what other people think of you. Just in general, you could have model-esque features, and you're still going to worry about what people think of you. So, and I also know how cruel people can be to other people, kids or adults. So that there's an organization that loves on people and brings awareness to everyone else. Like, hey, don't be a jerk at the very least, but you extend that into equality in job placement, right? That's a great thing.
Yes.
So Kim, talk a little bit more. I want to go back for just a second. Let's talk about the idea of surgery. Are most of the people with and I'm calling them facial differences because that's the term you use, and I like that term. So people with facial differences, is it more something cosmetic that they want changed? I'm thinking of cleft palate, or are they things that can impact health as well, or is it a combination of both?
It's primarily in the beginning, it is an impact on health, and almost all of it actually is an impact on health. Even orthodontia braces can be medical related for a child born with a cleft lip and palate or one of the many syndromes. So majority is needed. And one common misconception, sadly, is that plastic surgery will make them normal again. Yeah. A lot of our children and adults will never have that normal face again. They have a changed face, and part of what we do is help them learn to love their changed face, get information and support and groups and people to talk to so that they can deal with this in a way that makes them healthy and happy. So it's all intermingled, but it's very important, and I don't think you would really consider it cosmetic.
And Kim, I'm going to ask, how do you get that message of appreciating a person for who that person is rather than specifically some physical features of them? How do you get that across to young people? Is there a specific thing that you do that you tell them? Because it seems like, and I know people can be cruel and unfeeling throughout their life, but it seems like especially younger people, that's where it's a little more harsh, maybe.
I wonder sometimes if our kids aren't better at it now than our adults, because it is being integrated into our schools. We have social media. We have a very strong cranio-facial community on Facebook. So that is going. It's the adults, I think, that are almost a little bit worried or worse. And you have to think they're not. Sometimes it's not on purpose. It's we just don't know what to do. We've seen somebody suddenly that looks so different from us, and we have a reaction, and we have to. That's where the important time comes in. Do you act like a jerk, or do you go, wait, I wonder who this person is, and start to get to know the person, and that's what we're trying to teach.
Well, Kim, I'm going to encourage everybody to support you guys. A good way to do that is through the online auction that you guys have coming up. Of course, it's online. Take about 20 seconds and tell people how to get involved with that. And if we can just real quick go back to Kim just to show some of the items that will be at the auction.
Okay, so you can find the online auction, and it starts September 17th through 26th. You have 10 days. You can get to it by our website, which is faces-cranio, cranio.org. And we are going to have all kinds of items. We have a Gatlinburg vacation, a Florida vacation. We have this $575 gift basket from the plastic surgery group. We have barbecue. We have masks. We have this huge eagle. Oh, the biggest eagle. This was refurbished from a donor that passed away, and we totally refurbished it. We have artwork from coffin, from Tina, and my back room is stuffed full of stuff, and I'm taking pictures.
I love it. I'm a fan of yours big time. Let's give people the information once again. Here it is. Celebration of Faces, September 17th through the 26th. That is, you go to faces-cranio.org and get in on this auction. Support Faces Camp, support Face Inequality, or Face Equality, and support these kids. I love it. Kim, thank you. We'll take a quick break and have more 3+U right after this.
Wherever